San Diego police have identified suspects in nearly every homicide investigation in 2025, but one case remains open tonight. Good evening, I'm Marcella Lee.
And I'm Richard Allen. Detectives are still searching for leads in the shooting of a young man last year. News 8's Esmeralda Perez spoke with the victim's family and with investigators about the challenges surrounding this case. She joins us now live from Kearny Mesa. Esmeralda.
Well, Louise Sandoval was shot and killed last June in this area right behind me there across the street. It's the one case that San Diego police investigators have not been able to solve and has been carried over to this year. Now, I spoke with his family who describe him as resilient. They say that he was a good person and he loved to create music. Nearly a year later, the pain is still fresh. With tears in her eyes, Luis's older sister, Louise Sandoval, describes how difficult life has been without him.
It's just been hard, you know, going from seeing somebody every day to just never seeing them again.
Luis's room remains just as he left it. His shoes, clothes, and personal items all still in place. He was just 21 years old. Lisbeth shared these photos and videos with News 8. She says Luis was passionate about videography and had started his own clothing brand. Now, all that remains are memories, as his family grieves the void he left behind.
There's just this silence that goes around all over the house just because, you know, there's someone missing. Like, it's just the family is incomplete, so like, you see, I see like the difference in my mom and her personality and her attitude. Like, it's a complete different person, you know? Losing someone like that, like, it's just hard.
Police say Luis was one of the two people shot in the early morning hours of June 20th, 2025 along Claremont Mesa Boulevard in Kearny Mesa. I spoke with Detective Sergeant Matt Deans, who says two people opened fire into a crowd. A woman was injured, but Luis didn't survive. Investigators tell me they have surveillance video, but inconsistent camera quality makes it difficult to identify key details. The suspects also managed to avoid the city's license plate reader network.
With using the ALPR system, if the suspect group had made one turn versus another turn, we would have had that information because they would have passed by one of the ALPR systems. But unfortunately, in this case, they actually went the other way, so we actually didn't have an ALPR system in that direction. So that's definitely a challenge. Despite
this open case, 2025 was a standout year for SDPD's homicide unit. I spoke with Lieutenants Louis Maggie and Chris Leahy, who say detectives have identified suspects in 27 of the 28 homicides.
So we had 28 homicides last year, just went up from 27. There was an individual that was in a coma for a number of months, so we went from 27 to 28. Of those cases, we've solved 27 of them. We would call 24 of them canceled.
For perspective, in 2025, Los Angeles closed 156 of 230 cases, Phoenix 96 of 193, and San Jose 25 of 27, comparable to San Diego's rate. Lieutenants Maggie and Leahy say the unit has not been hit by the budget cuts affecting other city departments and that their staffing has been a key factor in their success. The unit runs 6 active teams, each with 4 detectives, a sergeant, and a crime scene specialist. This year, 2 crime analysts were added to help process data and track leads. And investigators point out community trust is one of the most important tools they have, and right now is when they need it the most to close this case. If you have any information on Luis's death, you could report it to SDPD's homicide unit or Crime Stoppers, and you can remain anonymous. Live in Kearny Mesa, Esmeralda Perez, News 8. Back to you.